Alright, so we are back with another one of these movie reviews. This time we're going to be talking about the latest horror slash thriller to come out this year, Barbarian. Now, right off the bat, I want to say that I was looking forward to this movie a lot. Like, the trailer was super enticing, and early reviews were saying that it was the best horror movie of the year. So the movie starts off with our main character, Tess, showing up to her Airbnb that she had reserved, and when she gets there, she finds out that someone else is there. Someone else already booked it, which shouldn't happen. There was like an error in the app or the setup or whatever. And it's Bill Skarsgård. Keith, he offers to let her in and like she can stay if she wants. She at first is like, and then she's like, whatever, and she goes in, and she ends up staying the night. Oddly enough, that's all I really want to say plot-wise of the movie, because really that's what the trailer showed. The trailer shows the whole, she goes, she sees that someone's already there, she goes in, she ends up finding this dark tunnel, and that's it. Well, that's not it, but that's all that I would like to say without giving away what else happens. However, I'm sad to say that I am among the very few people apparently, that just really couldn't get into this movie. And it really sucks because the first act was really good. The whole setup that the trailer had, that whole first act was really mysterious. You don't know what's going on. I was invested. Enough so that I had to go to the bathroom and I ran to and from so that I wouldn't miss anything. There's a moment where you start to realize that the trailer was designed to mislead you into knowing what this movie's about. And after that is really when I started to get lost. That's not to say that the movie was bad. Like, it's not like the writing was good. It was shot well. I liked the way that it looked. There was just something missing, it felt like something I couldn't grasp onto to really like start enjoying it. It's hard to describe because this movie does like both at the same time, to where it's mysterious and you don't know what's going on, almost like I would say too much throughout the movie, to where I really didn't know what was going on, which is cool. I don't mind not really understanding what's going on yet, but it just felt like most of the movie was hinging on like what's gonna happen next. But also at the same time, it started like, it's one of those cases where once it's been like revealed, once your questions start getting answered, I wasn't sold on the answers. I wasn't happy with it. It didn't feel like satisfying. Like I was lost throughout most of this movie, and then once I wasn't lost, I was just like, oh, that's it. That's all it is. I appreciate the movie for what it was trying to do, and I appreciated it even more after watching interviews with the director, because it did seem like all he wanted was just to make like a solid horror movie, taking the genre and flipping it around, making it something you don't expect, a lot of twists and turns. I'm pretty sure he said he wanted it to feel like a roller coaster, and yeah, it does, but not for me the fun one. I feel like in general the movie risks losing a lot of people once bets are off. Once your trailer footage, once all that you've seen is gone, you've seen it already, because the trailer's like not even 5% of this movie. And that could be exciting, as that like the trailer that you saw is not going to be the movie that you're going to get. But at the same time, the trailer makes it out to be this like deeply dark, disturbing movie, and there comes a point where, at least for me, while I was sitting there, I was like, oh, this is not the movie I'm getting. I'm getting something else. And it was bummed. I was getting bummed out. I was like, that kind of blows. I wanted that. If I had to like pin down something, it would really just be, it feels like there's a foundation to this movie that is not there. And I really feel like that has to do with how the movie was structured, without spoiling anything. Just the way that the story flowed alone was enough for me to be like, whoa. I had to like take a step back and be like, all right, I gotta timeline this out. Even though I'm saying that like I wasn't enjoying it. That doesn't mean it wasn't like surprising. The movie's not predictable. I'll give it that. There wasn't a single thing in this movie that I guessed. Which you got to give the movie credit for that. When you're going out to make a movie that is different, that is fresh, and you can't guess what the hell's going on, you've done it, but you're gonna get mixed reactions because some people are gonna love that. I didn't. I saw the movie being compared to Malignant, and I loved Malignant. That was a case where the trailer didn't give it away. The whole like crazy twist in genre, which I think is why I liked Malignant more, if we're making that comparison to like the misleading trailer, is because with Malignant, when it switched up on you, it like dove head first into the new genre. Not to say that Barbarian flips genres, but it throws you for a loop. That's all I can really say. And I don't mind being thrown for loops, but it just didn't seem like this movie went all out with it. But I will say overall, I do want to watch the movie again, just to alleviate the expectations. Because I saw, when I first watched Nope, when that movie ended, I had to sit there and be like, I don't know if I liked that movie. But I ended up rewatching it a couple times. I rewatched it, liked it enough to then go see it a third and fourth time, because I ended up really getting into that later. So maybe that'll happen with this movie. I really hope so, because I don't like not liking movies. Like, I didn't want to spend money on a movie I wasn't going to enjoy. And I was upset, too, because a lot of people were like, this is one of the best horror movies to come out. But, I don't know. There was just something I couldn't get into. But, on, like, the bright side, you can tell that the acting is really good. The work they put into it is obvious. The way that it's shot, it looks nice. I really think it's just, for me, story, maybe? Like, story, the way it was structured, and really just, I couldn't get into it. But that's not to say you shouldn't go out and go see Barbarian. This is the weird case where it's not that I didn't like it and don't want people to see it, and it's not like you should save your money, don't watch this movie, because it's not worth it. Because there are people that liked this movie. There's people that thought it was the best horror movie of this year. Don't let me not liking it deter you from going out and seeing it for yourself. Because it is a ride. It's different. It throws you around. And you're going to probably receive it differently. Everyone's going to take this movie a bit differently. Yeah, I watched it with Caleb, and he loved it. And I was like, oof. But yeah, you should definitely still go see Barbarian. It's, I like the director. From the interviews I saw, he seems really cool, and he seems like he knows what he's doing. It's just, me personally couldn't get into this movie. Other than that, please let me know what you thought, because I want to know if I'm the odd one, because I've only seen one other person online that has said that like they didn't like it either. They actually hated it. I didn't hate the movie, but it just wasn't for me. Let me know what you thought, if you liked it or if you didn't like it, if you agreed or if you disagree, and if you do agree, shed some light and help me understand my own feelings on why I didn't really get that into this movie. But other than that, I'll see you in the next review.